Hi everyone, welcome back for another live workout. We are going to be using the kettlebell today. I'm actually going to give you a couple weight options. I have several at my disposal, so I'm fortunate. A lot of these ones we could do with a dumbbell if you don't have access to a kettlebell, so if you don't have a kettlebell, don't worry. I am going to feature a bottoms up press, which is kind of exclusive to the kettlebell, so you can just do a regular press if you have a dumbbell. But I love using a kettlebell, really great piece of equipment, especially for those bottoms up press, but I'll show you shortly. We're going to be doing a mixture of upper body and lower body and really core. So it's a total body workout with the kettlebell. Per usual, we're actually going to do 4 exercises today. Feeling it, it's the end of the week for me, so I'm feeling a little fatigued, so I might go with a little bit lighter weight with some of these exercises today. So per usual, as for you guys also, kind of modify the workout to match your fitness level. So I'm going to demonstrate the 4 exercises we're going to do. Okay, first one's going to be a little reverse lunge with rotation. I'm going to hold it goblet style, reverse lunge, twist my upper body to the side, the knees in front. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 and 5 or 10 total reps. Next one's going to be a lateral lunge to row. All right. Get this lateral lunge, get to the bottom, pull. Okay, so I'm going to hold it in my right hand, step away with the left leg, and vice versa. 5 of those each side. Okay, and then we're going to do a squat to curl. All right, so we get here, squat, curl the weight, stand up. Shoot for 10 of those. We'll see about that. All right, and then the bottom's up. I'm going to probably switch to this. Half kneeling, shoulder press. Okay, I'm going to do 5 each side. Okay, so we've got the reverse lunge with rotation. We've got the lateral lunge to row. We've got a squat to curl. And we've got a kneeling shoulder press. All right, so really total body. But before we get into that, we're going to do a little warm-up. Okay, so move this to the front. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start with a little reverse lunge, hip rotation drills. Similar to the hip car, or at least 50% of the hip car. All right, going up, out, internally rotate, touch behind, switch legs, all right? Excuse me. I did a decently heavy leg workout on Wednesday. Got to one of my favorite exercises, or exercise regimen is jiu-jitsu. So I got to that twice this week. I did a little Peloton this week. And a little upper body kettlebell workout for myself at home. All right, now I'm going to do a little plank walkout, twisted lunge. Reach for them toes. Walk it out. I'm going to go twisted, coil straight stretch. 5 on one side. All right, 2 sides. Last one. Walk hands back to feet. Do a little forward fold. I like grab my elbows kind of hanging there. Really try to somewhat lock my legs out. That's more locked out, but slight bend, I guess. Really just stretching the lower back. Using gravity. A couple deep breaths in and out. Put my feet on the ground. Little heel raises. I'm going to do a little side-to-side single leg hops, right? Just trying to total body, get warmed up, get my heart rate up, get my body temperature up, so I'm ready to go. Got my walk in this morning, so I am a little bit already warm. Do a little swimmers from the hinge position, warm up that upper back. All right, so we got floor sweeps, all right? Keep those hips back. Good. The other side. Try to keep my back posture nice and flat as much as I can. All right, a little towel twist stretch for my shoulders. Turn my head, roll those shoulders out. And neck guard out. Chin to chest, chin to collarbone, ear to ceiling, chin to ceiling, ear to shoulder, chin to collarbone, back to the chest. Okay? Alright, so a little warmed up. Obviously, if you need more of a warm up, please do so. Stretching mobility if you need to do so. Okay? Alright, so remember, 4 exercises. Reverse lunge with rotation. Lateral lunge to row. Squat to curl, and kneeling shoulder press. Here we go. Oh, look, 2. There we go. Going 10 for this one. All right, lateral lunge to row. Keeping that elbow tight to my lat. I get down there, pull tight, push back down. Push back hard. Last one. All right, squat to curl. Stick with this kettlebell for now. All right, kneeling position. This is one that you, for this one, for the bottoms up, you definitely have to have a kettlebell. Obviously, just do a kneeling shoulder press. If you don't have access to a kettlebell, each side. Whoo. Benefit of the bottoms up press, really great for grip strength, elbow health, wrist health. You know, those bottoms up movements, much more challenging. I mean, really challenges your stability. So all those small little muscles really have to turn on between that, essentially between the wrist and the forearm. So strengthening those can, in theory, strengthen the muscles or the joints above, below elbow and wrist. Excuse me. Gonna get a little sip of water. Definitely gonna get 3. I know I said 4. I'm gonna try, but time constraints might make me do one less round. We'll see. I'll try. Quick little recovery. Obviously, you guys don't have to keep this type of pace. You could break it out to a little bit more traditional strength training regimen, whether it be the prescribed number of reps, 5 and 5 each side, 8 and 8, however you want to do it, 10 total reps, and then take your break in between your sets. You can do 3 sets, or you can do it as a circuit, do 1 set, move the next exercise after a break, so. I'm just doing kind of a real big circuit of all of them, and then taking a big break after all 4 exercises. So I think we're probably to at least a minute, if not more. All right, reverse one with rotation. All right. I'm letting that knee hover. As you can see, maybe you can see also this side. Just letting it hover, really challenging that lower body. One more. All right. Lateral lunge to rope. You can see I'm trying to keep this knee in line with my toe, not too way outside or crushing in. Try to have somewhat in the line, pull. And this leg I'm stepping away from is locked out, right? I'm not collapsing the knee this way. It's a different type of move, but here I'm externally rotating that hip so my knee points to the ceiling, okay? Sometimes if people have trouble with that, I tell them just point your toe up to the ceiling, okay? Squat to curl. Yeah, your arms are getting a little work here. This is really kind of a core stability movement, moving that weight away from your center of mass. Swinging it back up kind of challenges that bottom squat position. Really requires that core to turn on, stabilize you. 2 more. Last one. All right, bottoms up press. One more. A little goes a long way with these bottoms up. You know, this is an 18-pound kettlebell. So I could try with that 25, but it's a challenge. Even though it's only 7 pounds, it's a big jump because obviously the weight's distributed differently than a dumbbell. All right, 2 down. We'll see. We might get 4 in. We might get it in, folks. If my next client doesn't come a little early, I'll get 4 in. I'll guarantee it for you guys. I know I said it, so I can't go back on what I said. This is kind of my preferred style and even exercise equipment at home. I wake up in the morning and I got, small time frame between getting stuff ready at the house, getting all the virtual clients. I got maybe a 20-minute window, so whether it be this quick dynamic warm-up into literally a 12-minute circuit with kettlebells. And I kind of do it similar to this. Pick 3 or 4 exercises, 10 reps for each, around 10 reps for each, knock them out in a big round, big super duper set, and then take a break for 1 to 2 minutes. So that's kind of my preferred style. Not exactly huge it's more about maintaining for that. That's would be a maintaining workout if I had to classify it. Am I going to build a ton of strength or build a ton of muscle? Probably not in that style, but I'm hopefully going to have those workouts during the week where I can really do the strength training or muscle gain workouts, and then with these small mini workouts, I can maintain those gains, right? All right, back to it. Now, of the chitter-chatter. This is a big core exercise right here. I know it's a lot of legs too, but this rotation, and keeping this weight close to your chest, moving it with your trunk, that requires a lot of core turning on there for that one. All right. This one, a lateral lunge, obviously that's kind of the movement I'm doing, but sometimes I like to call it almost like a lateral deadlift too, and I'll show you after I finish this side. I think that was 4. All right, so, I'll show you this. All right, So I shoot my hips back a little bit more. Sometimes that lateral lunge, say if you like do it on a TRX or you're doing a body weight, that body stays up a little bit more. But when we add this weight in here, pulls that chest down, shoot that hip back. So almost what I would call a lateral deadlift. All right? Show the side view for this. Come on, one more. I really focus on keeping that lower back locked in place when I do that movement, that squat movement. Last thing I want is really a lot of extension through my lower back when I do a squat, especially a weighted squat. And it's not necessarily bad that your back goes into an extension. Lower back goes into extension when you do a squat. But you just got to be prepared. I think I did an extra one there. All right, folks. I think I'm going to do one more. I'm going to sneak it in before my next client comes. We're going to try. Okay? But yeah, I'm a fan of the mini workouts, you know. I'm fortunate enough, obviously, being in this industry, kind of probably get to work out. You know, that's part of my, obviously, I'm here with you guys today. Built into my schedule is working out, so. But there is times also being someone who has, you know, a wife and kids. It's my free time, is very limited sometimes. So don't poo-poo, what I'm trying to say is don't poo-poo mini workouts. 15, 20 minutes, whatever it be. Get on the bike for that time, or get on a machine, or get out for a walk, or get out for a run. Lift some kettlebells in the circuit, whatever it may be. Don't think just because you're doing 15 or 20 minutes of exercise, it's not beneficial. It all adds up. Okay, so don't forget that. All right, last round. Whew, I'm gonna get it in. We're gonna get it in. Whew. Here we go. Whew, I'm getting unstable this last round. All right, here we go. Keep that chest up a little bit more. There we go. Here we go. We're getting through it, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. 8. Press it out. I'm gonna stick with this guy for this week. 8. All right. Last 8 reps. 1, 2. Yes. All right, folks. That's it for us today. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's live workout. We'll be back next week with another one. So let me know if you didn't follow along today. It'll be on our YouTube channel at the Tampa Strength Academy on YouTube. So you guys can check it out there and follow along again. You can also leave us a comment here or on YouTube about maybe the next live workout. Okay? Talk to you guys in a week.